Hello, 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 and welcome to Candid Conversation. 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. Hi, how are you guys doing today? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining all over the place, all over the land. Listen, today I have a great show. I got, we're trying to cue them in now. I've got some authors here that I want to highlight. I partner with AIB, which is the #1 self-publishing company on the internet right now, on the web. I partner with them to highlight their authors each and every week this month, okay? And I'm kind of excited about that because, you know, it's not very easy to write a book. You know, it's not very easy to write a book. It's not very easy to put your dreams in motion. Some people, you know, they say they want to do it and it never happens. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about hearing these stories that are changing people's lives. Woo, I'm just excited. I'm excited. But while they're still bringing them in, I want to say, there are so many people who want to write a book. There are so many people that have reached out to me and said, I would love to write a book. I would love to tell my story. I'd love to keep going. You know, listen, just do it. You know, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's too easy. I wrote my last book in 48 hours. If you need some help, you want to learn how to self-publish, you want to learn how to get with a publisher, look me up. Hook me up. You know my number, 770-415-2149. I can help make that happen. I can get you to the right people to make that happen. So your story was not given to you for yourself. It was given to you for someone else. I stated the other day, you have been assigned this mountain to show others that it can be moved. So be the one that changes. Allow your story to do what it was set forth to do. Allow your story to set forth. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so they're letting me know that my guest is online now, so we're getting ready to bring her in, but I still want to continue to encourage you guys. If you have a dream, don't wait. Don't wait. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Okay, so this first guest, Tangela, are you there? I guess she's still not here. Can you hear us? Okay, so I will continue to encourage you guys to go for your dreams while we're still waiting for my guest to show up on the lines here. I really want to hear about her book. She's really awesome. It's entitled Entrepreneurial Transparency in the Beauty Industry. We have a lot of people doing that right now.
So I want to talk about Candid Conversation. I'm just going to come and infiltrate. I'm jumping in right now because I'm like, talk to me.
I just had somebody walk in the studio. And
yes, and I seem like a crazy woman. I just wanted to say that I am like in awe of you this morning. So I mean, look, afternoon, I cannot wait to hear your guest. You know, I'm like on the edge of my seat, and I was in the booth, and I couldn't come. I was like, oh, I can't hold it. So I just want you to know
you never know what you're gonna get in this studio right here.
I am jumping in right now and just saying, girl, do you? And you're such an amazing host.
Oh,
and
this
is just,
thank you.
It's the best.
Okay, so
but I'm ready for your guest too.
Yeah, I am too. I'm ready for my guest. Yes, but we can take a moment to talk about Candid Conversation.
Tell me about this Candid Conversation that you have had every Saturday. How have you felt now coming on 108 Praise Radio?
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's truly amazing. The mission for Candid Conversation is to provide a platform for others to have those conversations that are hard to discuss. You know,
so give me an example of a hard to discuss conversation.
A hard to discuss conversation. Yes, you know, Christian people don't like talking about dating, and sex, and they don't like talking about problems that go on in their home with their teens. I'm not sure, but relationships are the root to all value in life.
True.
So if we provide a platform to get people comfortable to talking about those things, then we open up a door of healing, a door of healing, a door of resuscitation, a door of rebuilding, restoration. So
that's what you're doing.
And that's what I am doing every single week on Candid Conversations.
I love it. I love it.
I love it too. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that's what we're doing here. So you guys know what we're doing here on Candid Conversation. If you have questions, comments, complaints, you have show topics you want to hear, you have someone you want to see on our show, hit us up. 770-415-2149. Right now, I'm going to exit out for a quick break, and we will be right back right here on 108 Praise Radio.
With more Candid Conversations, Stacy, Bryant.
Candid Conversation.
Yeah, I'm excited.
See you guys in a moment. It's not fun.
Me?
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for coming, joining us right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. So I'm back. I'm back from break, and I'm ready to get started with my guest. She is on the line. We have Miss Tangela Curry. She is part of the AIB Nation, where no author is left behind. And we're going to hear her story today. I think, let's see. Tangela, are you there? Can you hear me?
I am here.
I hear you loud and clear. Thank you for joining us today, love. I really appreciate you getting on the show, talking about your book, spreading the word. Just like I said before we went to break, that your story wasn't given to you for yourself. It was given to you for someone else. And sometimes those stories, as a matter of fact, I was speaking to the amazing D. Lee yesterday, and she was telling me the same thing. And I was like, oh my God, I know this. Our stories are not for us. You know, they're not for us. So I want you to come in and tell us all about your story. But first, where are you from, Tangela?
Yes.
Where are you from?
I am from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. Not too far from Tennessee. That's my home state. Tennessee.
Neighboring state?
Yeah. Yeah. Not too far. Not too far. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, Tangela, we got you here from all the way in Arkansas. And the name of your book is Entrepreneurial Transparency in the Beauty Industry. And I think that is a very profound topic. I want you to give the audience a brief synopsis. Those who are watching that don't know Tangela and know anything about her book, listen up. This is amazing because the beauty industry is booming right now. It's booming. Everybody wants to be a makeup artist or a hairstylist or an actress or something that has to do with beauty. So I think this is for someone. This is for someone out there. So Tangela, I'm going to turn it over to you. I want you to tell us a little bit about your book.
Okay. I am a hairstylist, salon owner. I'm an artistic educator, a beauty business consultant, many hats. But like you said, sometimes you need to share your story. And I had a mentor push me to write my story because it's like you make it look easy. People don't know some of the pain points that you go through. And what I realized in writing my book and sharing my story, I'm not by myself. You know, there's a lot of things when you're chasing your dreams, especially for entrepreneurship, that people won't tell you, you know, and especially when you try to help other people. And like my purpose in life is serving other people. And I think that I didn't really have someone pour into me, you know, certain guidelines and tips and things like that. So that was the whole purpose behind my book is, yes, I've accomplished a lot of milestones, but there's a lot of things that people don't know, a lot of hurdles that I had to go through. But it's a book of inspiration, empowerment, and encouragement. Because sometimes it's not easy. Most times it's not easy, but you still have to chase those dreams. You may not have anybody clapping for you. You know, you may be surrounded by naysayers telling you that you're dreaming too big, but I'm here to let you know no dream is too big. You have to go for it, even if you're facing oppression or isolation. You got to go for it because God gives you a vision, and you have to see that thing through against all odds. So that's pretty much it. Sometimes I kind of regret that I put beauty industry in there because it is entrepreneurial transparency for anybody chasing a dream. You know, you got to go big. You got to go for it.
That's right.
Sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader.
That's right. That's right. And I love when you talk about what goes on behind the scenes. You know, people think that you have arrived at this amazing product overnight. And you've arrived, and they have no idea of the things that go on in the background. You know, even with this, I have people all the time, oh, I listen to your show. It's amazing. It's great. You're just great. But they have no idea what it took to get here. You know?
Right.
You know what I mean? So yes, that's a great inspiration right there. But let's talk a little bit more about the beauty industry. What got you involved in the beauty industry?
You know what's crazy is I think this is my ministry. I love people. I went from military to college to corporate America to doing hair, which everybody says was a backwards move, but I can't see me doing anything else right now. Like, I get paid to play with people's hair every day. Right. But it's beyond just the service. There is a ministry in it for me. Like, my clientele is, I call them my hair boos because it's a relationship. But I absolutely love it. But what I've learned for myself and my brand, too, one of the reasons why I've grown kind of rapidly is because of my transparency. You know, I don't mind sharing my successes, my failures, and I love helping other people because you always have somebody, and you never know who's watching you.
That's right.
Like, I have people that'll tell me certain stories, or, you know, you don't know just your little tidbits or a post that you put on Facebook, because most of the things that I post are not just about the services I provide. It's my life. Like, this is my life, and I'm going to continue to do things for other people, because we can all make it. I'm one of those people. I don't believe in competition. It's enough out there for all of us. So, I know I should have been a hippie, because I'm that person that, like, I love spreading love. I love sharing things, and it's not just my dreams, but there's kind of this tribe that has formed that everybody wants to be great.
Yeah.
And, with social media, everybody's chasing likes and follows, but you have a crowd of people who are wanting authentic education and things like that. And that's kind of, I feel like that's my part in this industry, is kind of creating opportunities and a platform for that.
Yes.
Outside of just wanting to be known.
Yes. Yes. And that's amazing. Is this your first book, Tangela?
It is. It really is. Thanks to Desiree Lee. Like, you have no clue. I heard you say you published your book in 48 hours. I don't want to write a book, just to be honest. I didn't. Because one is like, who am I? Who wants to hear my story?
I didn't publish in 48 hours. I wrote my last book in 48 hours.
Now, well, that is still phenomenal.
That you said that's phenomenal? Woo!
Yes, 48 hours.
I was exhausted afterward. But I was on a mission, though. So you can do whatever you put your mind to. I wanted to know that it could be done. I wanted to know that it could be done and that I could do it. I didn't want to have to wait for someone else to tell me what to do. So that's why I say whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. You can stop delaying your dreams. Tell that old mountain to move. So that was a challenge for me, and I beat that challenge. So yes, I mean, everybody may not write a book in 48 hours, and some people don't even want to write a book. But your story is not given to you for yourself. What you go through is not given to you for yourself. You have to find a way to share your assignment, because that's what your assignment is. Like you said, to empower, inspire, enhance. That's your assignment. That's your purpose. So you have to find a way to do that. But I'm so glad that you decided to write your book, even though you said I didn't want to write.
Yeah, it's crazy the connections that it opens. Like a book is international. You touch people that you may have never had an opportunity to touch before, and that's what I'm experiencing now, especially being on the Author in Business tour. There's people that I didn't know that even read my book that would show up at these events and be like, you have no clue. And the fact that I can actually meet you, it's crazy. So I don't even know how to express how I feel right now. It's like I'm on this spiritual high that it's like, you're given a vision, you're given a dream, but to actually be living it out is crazy.
Isn't it great, though?
It is. It's amazing.
Yes, it's great. It's great. It's great. So that's your first book. Do you have any plans to write any more?
I do. I don't know how or why, but I'm actually writing 2 books right now at the same time.
Okay.
But I'm trying to focus more on one. But I feel like I keep getting this download of information, and it's like, just write it out, publish one at a time. But that's crazy. So yeah, there's 2 that are on their way.
Okay, so you're working on 2 more. Let me ask you a question. So are these also inspirational books?
Are they what?
Are they inspirational as well?
They are. Right now, outside of just doing hair in the salon, I do educate. So I travel and I educate for a certain brand and myself. So I have a book that's kind of geared towards the beauty industry, like helping people advance in their careers. But there's another one, like I consider myself a warrior. Like people do not understand how real warfare is. It could be spiritual. It could be in your careers. And there's a lot of people, like, for some people that I feel that are servants and you're always giving of yourself, like I was in this phase of my life where, sometimes you're identified by titles, but what do you do when you lose those titles? And it's like if you're a warrior and you're always on the battlefield, what do you do when you no longer have to fight? Do you lose your identity? Do you lose yourself? Do you not feel valuable? And I realized I'm not the only one that it started with talking to some family members, and it's like, what? I've never heard anybody discuss this or talk about, you know, how do you not lose yourself when you lose certain titles? And so that kind of pushed me to write a second book, and it's so therapeutic.
It's very therapeutic, and I'm so glad that you said that. That brings me to, I'm retired military, and everyone in the Army, well, that's the branch that I was in, but everyone in the Army is identified by their title. So you said a whole lot, because life after, how do you identify with who you are after, you know? And that's kind of the stage that I've been going through, trying to find who I am without that title on me. So I totally identify with that. That's amazing, and I'm pretty sure that will be that book will be very therapeutic for so many, because I've been through it myself. I'm going through it right now, trying to identify who I am without the sergeant in front of it. You know, it's a whole different world. It's a whole totally different world. So yes, I agree. I agree. And you continue to educate, my love. You continue to educate. But I want to give you a word of advice. Start today. Take one of those books and focus on that for the next 30 to 90 days.
That's my goal.
Just one of them. And you may get finished with it before the 90 days. And if you focus on that, you may finish before the 90 days is up. Okay?
Right.
So focus on that and get it out. We waiting on it now. Now we know what it's about.
Right. Well, thank you for that. That's awesome advice.
Get it on out there. Get that out to others, so that your dreams can come to fruition through your words of healing. You never know who it's for. You never know who it's for. So tell us, so what prompted your mentor to even say write a book?
I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
I said, what prompted your mentor to even say write a book?
I don't know. One more time. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What prompted your mentor to even tell you to write a book? You said you had a story.
Because for me, I'm one of those happy people. Like, you never really see me angry or tired or exhausted. I'm always in go mode. I'm always encouraging other people. And her mentoring me to kind of narrow down my focus and my niche, she learned a lot about me. And she's like, Tangela, I don't think people know how deep you are, because they only see the good, they never see the bad. So it wasn't a book to bash anybody or to vent or nag, but just to show people, even with some of the hardest trials that I've been through in life, like extreme circumstances, even through that, my faith is what kept me going. You know, even though I was hurt, in pain, suffering, I was still praising God, still worshiping God, and I was still moving. I was still advancing. So it's like climbing a mountain, totally depleted and exhausted, but you still keep going. And it's like, so that the whole intent with her pushing me was, there's other people that need to see that.
That's right.
It's easy to tell somebody to keep going, but when they know you've gone through some of the same trials and tribulations that they have, but they didn't know it, and they still see how adamant you are about going for your dreams, you got to put that out there. And it's not as much as live streaming, you know, Facebook or Periscope. You have a real story to tell, so write it out. And it's, you know, of course, that initial fear, I don't want to write a book, I don't know how to write a book, but it's crazy. My God, people put people in your life when you need them. That's when I met Desiree Reed.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, this is confirmation. This is something that I need to do. And since that moment, when I say opportunity after opportunity, just from me writing my story, my whole life is different.
Right. It like you say, I have to bring back, it's very therapeutic. That's why I write so much myself. It's so therapeutic. But listen.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
What I had to learn is it's okay to be humble, because I've always been that person that's like, oh, you know, I don't deserve this, or I don't want to go too big or whatever. But it's like, you have no clue how the smallest things in your life will impact somebody else's, even if you never meet them. And to realize that from a book, I encourage everybody it doesn't matter if you don't feel like you're known or you're not going to have impact. Push that story out there, because you never know until you get that one book review and somebody tells you something that touched their heart. I can't describe what that feeling is, but it's absolutely amazing. So, like you said, everybody needs to put a story out there, regardless of making money or whatever it is. Even if it's just for impact or being therapeutic, get your story out.
I agree 100%. Before I break away from you, though, I do want to say one thing. What's it like being on tour with AIB? I'm sure it's amazing. I know it's amazing. Tell me your experience.
Again, I wasn't expecting it. Not only to, I was watching Desiree Lee on Periscope, and, she was talking about how she can help you write your story and get it published in 24 hours or less. Well, I'm one of those people. I'll test things out just to see. And my book wasn't even completed at that moment, and I literally got my book published in 24 hours. And it's like, that's crazy. Like, I'm not even done, but yeah. So just even in learning from her, there's life lessons that I've learned with being connected to the whole author and business tribe. It's everybody kind of has a tribe that they associate or they identify themselves with. By all means, everybody needs to seek support is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But one of the things I've learned in this group is it's easy to attach yourself to certain people. Sometimes, you get emotionally attached to people and you feel like it's not what you expected. I haven't got that in this group. And with her caliber of who she is, the milestone she's reached with her own book, I was expecting her to teach us the skill set, and then we would just belong in this group. That's not what I experienced. Like, she puts herself after the people that she helps, and that's what serving means to me. Like, I literally see it as a ministry. Like, her goal is not to put herself on the platform. Mm-hmm. She already has her platform, but she's willing to, not focus on herself. And we encourage her too, make sure that you're still spotlighting yourself, but she works so hard to make sure that the people that she's serving are making moves. I don't want to just, teach you how to fish, but to make sure that you survive and you sustain, even if I'm not there holding your hand. And I can't say thank you enough for that. So just being in the Authors and Business Association, even if we're not on tour, just the wealth of knowledge and support that we get in that group, it's like a family.
Yes.
It really is. There's not, you don't just jump on the train. Like, we're all pushing this train forward, and the momentum is crazy how fast we're going, how, to watch other people move. There's people that have joined the group that have written books before, and it's like, I've never experienced this ever.
Right.
But this support in 2017 is worth gold to me.
And I can attest, she is an amazing person. I just know that you guys are having fun out there on the tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that it's amazing, and I'm glad that you have grabbed the "No Author Left Behind." I love that. I love that slogan that she has. So that's amazing. Yeah. You guys are doing good work. Well, Tandra, I am so glad that you came on the show to share about your book. Can you tell everyone where they can purchase it?
Yes, right now, Entrepreneurial Transparency is available on BarnesandNoble.com as well as Amazon.com. You can get all the information about the book and, the purchasing sites on my website, and it's TandraLaCurry.com. That's TONGELACURRY.com.
Awesome. Amazing. And that's Entrepreneurial Transparency in the beauty industry. So
that's
I would
correct.
like to encourage all of you makeup artists, all of you hairstylists, all of you nail techs, check that book out. Check that book out. It will give you healing. Healing. Okay. No, but no, thanks again, Tandra. I think I remember meeting you when you were here in Atlanta for the, it was part of the Microsoft tour at that time.
Yep.
When was that?
That
February,
was our
maybe?
very first tour.
Yeah, maybe it
Yes.
was, okay, January, February, sometime. I'm not real sure, but I know I met you, and you guys' energy was off the chain. I enjoyed myself. I had such a great time. So keep up the great work. Keep the books coming. It's AIB
Thank
Nation.
Yes. No author left behind.
No author left behind. Amazing. Well, thanks, Tangela. I think we have Deborah on the show. Deborah, are you on the line?
I am. How are you?
Hi. How are you doing? Great. Okay. So I just wanted to check and make sure you were there. So, Tangela, once again, I want to thank you for joining the show. I look forward to seeing you again real soon. And I want to be one of the first you tell that book is coming out in the next 30 to 90 days. You ready?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. All right, sweetheart. Thank you for coming, and we'll talk with you again soon.
Okay, thank you. You guys have a great day.
Okay, you too, love. Okay, so
Bye-bye.
that was our first author, Miss Tangela Curry. If you got her information, you can purchase her book at tangelacurry.com, or you can go to barnesandnoble.com or amazon.com. I do have one more author from the AIB Nation that we're going to interview real quick, but at this time, let me take a quick minute break, pay some bills, and I'll be right back. 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel.
One sound, one gospel. 108praiseradio.com. Let all the people say amen.
It's fun. It's fun.
Thank you for allowing me to pay those great bills right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. And today on Candid Conversation, I am interviewing authors from the AIB Nation. And they have been so gracious to join my platform and talk about their upcoming books and a little bit about the tour with Miss D. Lee and all those great things that AIB Nation got going on and no author left behind. And I'm just excited about all of it. So we just completed talking with Tangela Curry, who wrote Entrepreneur Transparency in the Beauty Industry. And now I'm going to bring out Miss Deborah Jones, who wrote How to Pray When You Don't Have Time. How to pray when you don't have time. Miss Deborah Jones, are you there? Or can you hear me?
I am here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, welcome to the show, Miss Jones. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I certainly will. So you've done a great job of introducing me. I am the author of How to Pray When You Don't Have Time. It is a 31-day devotional. And I wrote this book because often, especially in this day and age, people really get so busy. They think they don't have time for a number of things. And one of the things that I saw was prayer, that prayer was lacking in a lot of lives. Not just others, because a lot of times we think that as authors that we are perfect in that area, but one of the things that I've found in my own life is that prayer is the primary thing. And so whatever we need to do, we need to start it off with prayer, because prayer will give us the opportunity to go before God and get a roadmap, a plan for what it is that we need to do with our life, with our time. Mm-hmm. And so this book, the 31-day devotional, was written in 30 days. And it's just an opportunity for people to see that prayer is really not as complicated as we make it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Our life can be complicated, and they can be hard, but prayer doesn't have to be. That's and right. So that was the purpose of that. The other thing that I did want to mention before I go on is I was so glad to be on here with another author in business, Tangela Curry. As an author in business, I felt like even if I hadn't came on, Tangela spoke for the authors in business. The beauty of it, Desiree Lee is the founder of Authors in Business, and we do operate as one. And where when she came on and she gave you the summation of what Authors in Business is, it really does work like that. Mm-hmm. We help one another, and we move together. So I'm very grateful to be part of it.
Awesome. Amazing. Have you been on tour yet with them?
Yes, ma'am. I have been now to 7 cities, including Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta and a number of the other cities, and I will also be part of a couple other cities that are coming up in Chicago. We have that coming up at the beginning of September, and I'll have the opportunity to join back up, link up with the authors in business that are coming into that city as well.
Okay. Amazing. So what was your experience? How did you like it being, a first-time author going on tour, and an amazing big tour too, because this AIB Nation thing is getting big. Desiree's putting a lot of hard work into it, so I know it's exciting. So tell me about your experience.
So my experience with Authors in Business has been nothing short of amazing and more than what I could have ever anticipated. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure what to expect with the experience with the group. But I had already had an opportunity to experience Desiree via social media. And so whether people like to acknowledge it or not, social media really is a viable form of connecting with people. Yes. And so I connected with her on Periscope, and I took one of her classes. She has been tremendous in helping me. And then when she formed the tour, I was ready to jump on the tour. But again, I did not know what to expect. It's been more than what I expected, along with having the opportunity to tour throughout the country, to tell your story, to share your story, to get your books in the right hands. I've also had a chance to grow, and I hear the word tribe a lot, but I'm going to take it even further. I've had a chance to grow my family, because there are people here that I really look at like family, extended family, that are all throughout the country and past the country. We have some authors in business that are outside of the United States. So it's a phenomenal experience. I'm very grateful to be one.
Amazing. And I like that when you said, I'm going to take it further than tribe. I'm going to go family. Candid Conversations is based around relationships habits anyway. So that's really important to me. So I love that. I love that. You're saying that your relationships have been enriched since becoming a part of AIB. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. I got a lot of your tribe, your family. They're live right now. They keep saying we family. They yelling out AIB Nation. They get me hyped over here. AIB Nation.
That's right.
Awesome,
AIB Nation.
Awesome. So I want to kind of jump back a little bit and go back to your book, How to Pray When You Don't Have Time. And of course, you told us a great deal about it. How do you think your book can inspire others?
My book, actually, right before I jumped on with you, I met with someone who is using the book as a basis of a Bible study at work. So there's a group of them that have taken it, a small group. There's about 5 of them in this particular group. And the thing that the young lady that reached out to me, she's a friend, and she had the book, and she was sharing the information with those at work. The thing that resonated with them is that the topics that are there, which is faith, finance, fear, family, and then just life, that's just real stuff. That's what people are going through in their everyday life. And sometimes when you're going through and you need to really seek God, you need it to be simple. And so that's the whole premise of the way the book was written. It was written for common people that have issues in life and just want to address God and say, this is what's going on. What does the Word of God say about it? And then pray that. And so that's how it's set up. And so I'm excited that people were able to receive it in that way.
Awesome. I you know what? I think I need to get that. Look, how can that help? You know, because you have so many people that I don't think they realize that they don't pray because they don't have time. You know, they don't take the time out to pray. They're not even consciously aware how important that is, you know. Which is why I think this book is so amazing and inspiring, you know, and it can help you heal that part of your life, because that's something that we need to do. But we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of every day, all day long, you know, and before you know it, you hadn't taken not even 10 minutes just to tell, not even a second to say thank you, God, you know, because you've gotten so busy with your day. I'm trying to get to the meat of things without you telling your book, but how can they use this? Is it set up as a devotion?
So one of the things that the book has done, or the way that I have it set up, is that at the end of each day, after you're given a real-life scenario, scripture that's related to it, and then a short prayer, which normally is 2 or 3 lines or so, there's also room for you to document your own reflections and thoughts there in this book. And so that will cause you to pause. Really, one day, if you read the scripture, the scenario, and then pray that short prayer, it'll take you really less than 5 minutes. So here's the other thing that it will do. In the reflection, what I found is that people, when they start to reflect, they find that they have more than the 5 minutes that they thought that they were going to use. Yes. They find themselves so caught up in the fact that they are spending time in a relationship with a holy God that took time to come down and reduce himself to spend time with them, that they want to spend more time. Isn't that something?
That's amazing.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
And so that has accomplished apparently what God wanted it to accomplish, and so I'm pleased with that. The other thing that happened with this book is that I have a son, an adult son, and he said, "Mom, I'm gonna be honest with you." He said, millennials, he said, we really don't like to read a lot. You know, sometimes we just don't want to read. We want the high points and we want to move on. And he said, what I need you to do is I need you to record this. And so what I did is I have the book now available in a printed version, in a ebook, and then it's also available as an audio book.
Wow.
So you know what? You say you don't have time, don't worry about it. We got it. Go ahead, download it, and listen to it on your way to work.
That's right. That's right. That's amazing. I love that. And you know what? He is so right. And that's why I brought that up, because the millennials, you are so right. They don't have time to read. They don't want to read. You read a book, they're like, what's that? So yes, that digital audio comes in really handy. Where can we purchase your book?
My book is available in the printed and the ebook form on Amazon. It's also available on Barnes & Noble. But if you want links to ebook, audiobook, printed book, they're actually available at my website. And my website is just like my name, Deborah D. Jones. That's DeborahDJones.com.
Okay, awesome. Did you hear that, audience? To purchase her book, you can either go to Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or her site, DeborahDJones.com. Okay? So that's how you purchase How to Pray When You Don't Have Time. And guess what? No excuses if you don't like to read, because you can get it on audio and listen to it on the way to work. How about that? Because we all need to make that special time to pray. That's what gets us through. That's what gets us through. So, Deborah, I just want to say it's been such a pleasure having you on the show. I can't wait to get my hands on the book. You know, as I interview you guys, I've been running out trying to get your book. So I can't wait to tackle into it and see what it's all about. You have any last comments, requests, complaints before we disappear?
I love that. My last comment, which is just related to the thought of prayer. First of all, prayer is a conversation, and we talk about stuff all the time, and we talk to people all the time. The most important conversation that you want to have is the one that controls everything, the one that can change your situation if your situation is bad, and the one that you want to give credit if things are going good, because sometimes we forget to pray when our life is on track. So how to pray when you don't have time is really just like a template for spending time with God, talking about your situation, and then looking at the solution that he gives you through the Word of God. The other thing, which is kind of become sort of a slogan, is life is hard, but prayer really does not have to be. If I leave you with nothing else, please remember that.
Woo, she said life is hard, but prayer does not have to be. Amazing. No. Thank you for that nugget, Deborah. Thank you so very much. She said life is hard, but prayer does not have to be. So you want to go out and grab her book, How to Pray When You Don't Have Time. Once again, I'm honored to have you on the show, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay. You're going to continue to tour with AIB, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Awesome,
yes, thank you.
So then I'll be meeting you sometime soon then. So, okay. Well, Deborah, that's all we have for today. Once again, thank you for joining. We hope to talk to you again soon. Listen, audience, if you have a dream to write a book, don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. I'm pretty sure that you are surrounded by someone who can help you bring that dream to fruition, whether you know it or not. If you didn't, now you know. You can reach out to me always, and I can help you get that book in print, okay? So that's all we have for today here on Candid Conversation. Hook up with me next week when I bring to you the next two authors from the AIB Nation, where no author is left behind. And that's all we have for today right here on 108 Praise Radio, where we voice the gospel. See you guys next week.
Man, who we waiting on, man?
Man, who we always waiting on? Late mail.
Man, wife let him out the house tonight? You gotta go, man?
Oh, so
what it do.
Man, it's about time, baby.
Be out the house, bro. I'm just saying, I was probably why I let you out the house tonight, man.
First of all, I'm a grown man. And second of all, my wife don't dictate where I go.
I heard that.
Good relationship. I don't really hang out because I'm at work 24/7. And the wife done had the baby and been home. But the bills are kicking my butt, man. And the wife stay in church talking about pray about it.
Pray about it.
Pray about it.
You supposed to pray the bills away? Man, you got better luck praying that LeBron James headline come back, man. Look, bro, you want to make some serious money, bro? What you need to do is hit you with a lick, bro.
I ain't even going there, dude. I ain't no angel, bro, but I ain't gonna do it.
Think about it, bro.
I told you he's scared, man.
Think about it.
Put through a test. We are tested on our job. We are tested in our relationship. We are tested with our finances. Families are being tested. Your testimony.